Alright guys, hey, what's up? It's Bobby G. I'm sitting out here in my backyard again, and I figure this is going to be my first actual history video, not just one of my little introduction video that I gave you guys already. So since it hasn't been long enough for you guys to post stuff and say, hey, can you do this subject or this subject, I figure I'll just pick one of my own favorite subjects about history. And I'm going to do 3 parts on this one. It's going to be a 3-part series for this little thing, and it's going to be about Germany. And the reason I chose Germany is because I'm part Italian and I'm part German. And so I like Germany because their history is so short, but yet it's so numerous, if that's the right word. I mean, Germany first started off, let me explain. The 3 parts I'm going to do is post-Nazi Germany, Nazi Germany, and then, or pre-Nazi Germany, sorry. Pre-Nazi Germany, Nazi Germany, and post-Nazi Germany. Those are the 3 parts of Germany I'm going to do. So this video is, it's going to be post-Nazi Germany, or pre-Nazi Germany, sorry. I keep getting post and pre mixed up. So I'm pretty much going to talk about everything that happened in Germany before Hitler and the Nazis took power. So basically, I'm going to just start off with a little brief, how they became around. Germany pretty much started in the 900 AD as the Holy Roman Empire. Now you're thinking, wait a minute, Germany's up here, Rome's down here. How does that work out? Well, it all started with Charlemagne. He was this big Catholic who basically unified all of Germany and all of Central Europe, and he conquered them, and he said, you know what, this is going to be the Holy Roman Empire, this is where we're going to rule, that's that. He pretty much did that in the 900s. And he, to this day, is considered one of the greatest leaders, or one of the greatest unifiers in history, because he managed to unify all of Central Europe under the Holy Roman Empire. And he did it with such finesse that to this day he is still considered one of the greatest world leaders of all time, not just German leaders. So then, Germany's the Holy Roman Empire until that collapses in roughly the 1600s. They start a decline. And then Germany's nothing but a bunch of, just little smaller German-speaking tribes, the strongest of which is called Prussia. Not Russia, that's a P, Prussia. They're the strongest militarily. They're kind of like the modern-day Spartans, if you will, or the Spartans of the time, which is, and, they're split up into these little smaller German-speaking tribes and little, city-states for about 200, 300 years-ish, and then in 1871, a guy that I'm pretty sure a lot of people already know, his name is Otto von Bismarck. He finally unified all the German-speaking tribes into one nation and officially created the country of or the nation of Germany. Yeah, that happened in 1871. So for you guys thinking, oh, Germany, this big empire, this big power, oh, wait a minute, they're not even as old as America. I mean, for many of you who thought America was was the youngest country or one of the youngest world power countries, they ain't. Germany is. And yes, today Germany is considered a world power. During their times of Nazism, they were considered a world superpower, but I'll get into that in the next video. So back to Germany. Well, post-Nazi Germany. Or pre. I know, guys, I know. It's been a long day, but I'm getting the post and pre's mixed up. Pre-Nazi Germany. Pre-1934. 33, sorry. So, So in 1871, Otto von Bismarck unifies all of Germany under one flag. And at that point, no one knows it, but at that point, Germany literally goes from Prussia being the strongest German-speaking nation, or German tribe, with all these other little tribes here and there, that when they unify, they literally become the strongest military power in Europe, if not the world. When all those German tribes unify under one, I mean, Prussia was just a small portion of Germany, and they on their own went toe-to-toe with France back in the Napoleonic Wars. They had help from England and stuff, but Prussia, they basically took France on one side, like the Battle of Waterloo. The Battle of Waterloo, what many people don't know is everyone thinks that the Battle of Waterloo is just Napoleon's French forces versus the English forces, when in reality, England had Prussian reinforcements backing them up on one side. So in reality, it was Napoleon's France versus German Prussia and Great Britain, or England. And that was pretty much the reason. I mean, yes, Great Britain did the most in the battle, and they were the ones that really kicked France in the butt, but Germany, or Prussia, was there on the side. And this was kind of the first real start of Germany's rise to power. I mean, throughout the times before in the 1600s with like the Rhinelands and the Hamburgs and Struttersburg. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. You know, some of those other German-speaking tribes, they fought wars. They fought wars with like Finland and Sweden and stuff like that. And they, you know, so it wasn't just Prussia that was a German power, but they were by far the strongest. So 1871 rolls along, Germany becomes unified, they become one single country. Pushing a few years later into the 1900s, World War I, or pre-World War I. Hey, I got that one right. Germany enters an alliance with Austria-Hungary, which was one country at the time, and Italy, called the Triple Alliance. Now, this alliance was countered by the Triple Entente, which was Great Britain, France, and Russia. So 1941 rolls around. Oh my God, my mind just went blank. Who was Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated by a Serbian nationalist. So Austria-Hungary attacks Serbia. Russia attacks Austria-Hungary, backing Serbia. Germany attacks Russia, backing Austria-Hungary. And before you know it, every country in all of Europe is at war. This is the start of World War I. So see, one guy getting shot starts World War I. So Germany pretty much Germany starts the war as a major power. They push into France. They hit France hard. They're holding off the Russians. They're reinforcing the Austrian-Hungaries. They're practically this massive world power. They're like America of the day. But unfortunately, what happens is America steps in 1917, right around the time Russia backs out of the war. But America coming into the war was the deciding factor. And by November 11th, 1918, the 11th day of the 11th hour of the 11th month, Germany surrenders to the Allies, or to the Triple Entente plus America, and that ends World War I. Or, well, some historians speculate that it wasn't really the end of World War I because it wasn't an actual surrender. It was an armistice or a ceasefire. So many people like to speculate and say that when Hitler started World War II, he was pretty much just picking off from where World War I left off because no one actually physically surrendered. It was an armistice or a ceasefire. Like, many speculate today that the North and South Korean War, or the Korean War, is still going on because they never officially surrendered. It was just an armistice or a ceasefire. They just stopped firing at each other. So once that happens, Germany goes home. Everyone goes home. Germany was defeated in the war, and Germany, they get hit with all these fines, billions and billions and billions of dollars in fines that they get hit with, and before you know it, Germany's bankrupt. You know, they go into hyperinflation. You can literally take a wheelbarrow full of money just to buy a thing of bread. And then this guy has the name of Adolf Hitler. He starts, making ripples throughout the area, and I'll go into detail on him more. But I'm over my time that I promised you guys these videos would cause. So that's pretty much what happens. And when I get my second video, I'll do a little bit of the transition between the old Republic and Nazi Germany, and then that'll be the next video. So hope you guys liked what I had to talk about. Hope you guys learned a lot, and I'll see you guys in my next video talking about Nazi Germany. See you guys then.